mathematically eliminated.
Let's bring in former Republican presidential candidate and former Arkansas Governor Mike Huckabee. Governor, good to see you.
Good morning.
So, everybody's saying that he's eliminated and he can't make mathematical, but look, he's expecting an open, contested convention. So why not get a Hail Mary and get somebody in there who perhaps resonates with women, resonates with a broader group than he's got right now? What do you think?
Well, I think it's really a Hail Carly instead of a Hail Mary. He may create a new political phrase. It was a smart move on his part because he had nowhere else to go. He had to do something to turn the narrative, which was Trump has blown him out. It wasn't just that Trump won. The blowout on Tuesday, where Trump won every county in all 5 states, is unprecedented. I mean, it was stunning. And for all those people who said Trump can't get above 50%, Trump has done those things. And I think for Ted Cruz, this was a smart play.
Yeah.
He's changed at least the story. Here's the question. How long does the story last? And if you look through the headlines, and I was reading through about a dozen papers and websites this morning, and every story in the first graph, it always says, in a desperate attempt, a drastic move. Every one of them speak of it as something just really reaching out there and grabbing for the stars.
Actually, I was surprised at the almost unanimous negativity. Georgette Mosbacher.
Governor, nice to see you. I'd like to ask you, when do you think the Republican Party is going to face the reality that it looks like it's Donald Trump, stop eating our own, and get behind him and make him successful?
Well, Georgette, great to talk to you. And I think some of the Republicans are beginning to understand that. For some of them, this is like eating gruel. They don't want to do it. But they better sit down at the table, get their knife and fork out, and realize that Donald Trump right now represents our very best chance, I believe, to take out Hillary Clinton. And one of the reasons, let me be very clear, I've known Hillary a long time. I felt like I maybe know her better than any of the other Republicans who ran for president. Here's what I can tell you. Hillary is like the British Army back in 1777. She was very careful. She will march in rows. She will wear a very clear uniform, and she will be very predictable. Donald Trump will be like guerrilla warfare. She'll never know where the shots are coming from, when they're coming, and what they're going to be. And that's how you're going to defeat that kind of massive organization that Hillary will put together.
Mm-hmm. Michael Jones.
Governor Huckabee, I mean, what is the Republican Party and the Trump campaign going to do, though, about Trump's unforced errors? I mean, almost immediately when he became the inevitable nominee, he said something like Hillary wouldn't get 5% of the votes if she weren't a woman. That's going to alienate more of those suburban housewives. How does Trump continue to capitalize on what he does well, but stop with these unforced errors?
Well, we can talk about those unforced errors, but right now he's sitting atop the whole thing and is about to clinch the nomination. So
that's the nomination.
Those errors are, they're working
not the general election.
I'll answer that, Governor. That wasn't an unforced error. That was the doggone truth, and that's why it resonates with the American people. Because Hillary Clinton wouldn't be the nominee, and she wouldn't even be close if she was wearing your clothes, Governor. No offense.
Or she wasn't.
But I want to point out something.
Well, she would look
kind of funny.
She's the wife of a very popular president.
Exactly.
And it's something that doesn't need to be
I don't think it's unforced. I think that he said it with all. I think that he knew exactly what he was saying, and people went, yeah, he's probably right.
Well, Republicans might have said it. I don't think the swing voter will.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, what Michael's talking about is the general election, Governor. I mean,
it's not the nomination.
I still don't think that's an issue.
Really?
I want to be clear with you. I don't think that is an issue that is going to hurt him with suburban women. Look, suburban women are not Hillary supporters. They don't believe in gun control. They want to go out and get trained to get their concealed carry. Obama's building walls and has guns around his house. There are a lot of people in America who would like to have a wall and a gun around their house, too. And so they're tired of the liberal claptrap that has really made their lives miserable and unsafe. So I don't think that this is an issue that hurts him in the general election.
What about Bob Knight?
Because one of you said it.
Bob Knight throwing his support behind the Trump campaign. Basketball coach, renowned, praising the Republican frontrunner at the rally last night. Listen to this, Governor.
You folks are taking a look
at the most prepared man in history to step in as President of the United States. That man right there. There has never been a presidential candidate prepared to the length that this man is.
The most prepared president? Governor, I'm listening, with all due respect to everybody who loves Trump. Yeah.
Look, a basketball coach is certainly given the license to use hyperbole, but let's be real clear here. There is nobody in all of Indiana that you'd rather have step to the microphone and endorse you than Bobby Knight. He's not just a legend. I mean, you know, he's almost like a basketball deity, and in that state, it's as gold as the corn that comes out of the field in the summer.
Governor,
Bobby Knight is a winner.
Governor, I'm a third-generation Hoosier.
Hoosier!
Okay? And Bobby Knight is a god, all right? So I couldn't agree with you more.
That's a Hoosier.
I want to point out something about Donald Trump. Donald Trump's popular vote total has surpassed all of the votes that Mitt Romney won in the 2012 primary. He has surpassed all the votes that John McCain earned in 2008. It is on track for a record in GOP primary contests.
Wow.
So when people dismiss his popularity,
You're right.
I think that they need some smelling salts.
You're right. You're right.
Right?
I don't think, though, you
And
can...
I think add to that, Dagan, add to that the fact that a lot of the votes that Donald Trump has gotten through this process are votes of people who are coming into the Republican Party for him. Now, if you want to win a general election, you better pull Democrats and independents into your tent. The problem Donald Trump has had has not been that he can't get those votes from the independents and Democrats. He's getting them in record numbers. It's that the Republicans have got to grow up, put their big boy pants on, and realize if the people select him, they need to get behind him and quit this pouting bout and going out and saying they're not going to support or go up with a third-party candidate. That's nonsense.
And that's why he could cross Cruz, because in Indiana it's an open contest, right?
Yeah,
it's not a closed
crossovers.
contest.
How come this is so easy for us to see, and yet the Republican establishment is still talking about Paul Ryan? And I mean,
it's a lot about money.
They live in a bubble.
Well, there's
They
no
live
chance
in
of
a
an
bubble.
open convention anymore.
They do not
is
get
done.
it.
But the general election, you've got two candidates with big, big negatives. And I think the person who's going to win is the one who gets their negatives down the most successfully. And I think that's Trump's challenge.
yeah. All right, Governor.